Deanna, we were chatting about this before we went on air. 17 times the number of those that have crossed the Channel have been relocated to the northeast of England than the southeast of England. And that's why this issue is national. People are seeing it absolutely everywhere. And this in Brexit Britain, where we voted to take back control of our borders, and where Boris promised, I'm not sure he meant it, but Boris promised, we'd get a grip on immigration and have a better, fairer system.
Well, I think more than that local impact you talked about there, the sort of disparity between the different regions, I think it's that point about the Brexit vote, and it's the point about us, saying we're going to be able to control our own borders, because people have been concerned about kind of illegal crossings for a long time. Admittedly, the numbers were much lower at the time of the Brexit referendum. But people, seeing footage kind of day in, day out of more boats coming over, whether it's on social media or elsewhere. And I know you've done a really good job of covering this, Nigel.
Yeah.
It is a concern, and I get emails literally day in, day out from my own constituents. And I've had people from, I must say, Paul, from more your side of the political spectrum kind of, sniff at me and say, oh, but they're hundreds of miles away from the border, so what does it matter to them? It matters. It matters, because this is a point about trust again, and we go back to this point about sovereignty, we go back to being able to control our borders, and the fact that at the moment people are seeing this situation get worse.
And, I've said on this programme before, whatever one's view of immigration as a concept, and I'm very much in favour of immigration, no self-respecting country can allow a situation where thousands of mainly young men, let's be honest about it, are turning up undocumented on its shores every week. And that's the situation that we're in. And people look at, what potentially happened in Liverpool last week, and people think, well, it only really takes one person to slip through the net. And if you don't have a robust system which is regulating the system properly, then you give rise to the possibility that those sorts of things can happen more and more. And it does, it does very much, as you say, Deanna, go back to the whole Brexit debate, where people, who I believe the vast majority of people in this country, including people who voted for Brexit, are fundamentally decent, tolerant people, and most are actually pro-immigration, provided it's managed properly. And there's a sense that actually still they're being misled by the politicians, still the politicians are not getting to grips with this issue, and I really do think it's got the potential to blow up in the Conservatives' face if they don't get a grip of it soon.
Well, I think we need to look at, as we've also discussed a few times on this show, is realistically what kind of can be done and what is being attempted at the moment by the government. So we've discussed the Nationality and Borders Bill, which is going through the report stage at the moment, which is going to do a number of things to kind of create a system. So if you come to the UK through an illegal crossing, you'd be kind of processed in a different way. We're looking at offshore processing as well, which has been flagged by a few people. And I saw one GB View, which we'll come to later, outlining this as a potential kind of solution. We're looking at different maritime tactics to turn back some of those boats that can be turned back. But I mean, Nigel, how do we fix it?
It's not going to happen.